The great dictator, Charlie Chaplin, 1940. This is what I know. I know that this is the second satire to make fun of Hitler. The first one, I don't have a clue as to what it was, and I'm pretty sure nobody does. People still remember this, so sometimes it is good to be number two. Also good to be Charlie Chaplin.
I'm sorry, but I don't want to be an emperor. That's not my business. I don't want to rule or conquer anyone. I should like to help everyone if possible. Jew, Gentile, black man, white. We all want to help one another. Human beings are like that. We want to live by each other's happiness, not by each other's misery. We don't want to hate and despise one another. In this world there's room for everyone, and the good earth is rich and can provide for everyone. The way of life can be free and beautiful, but we have lost the way. Greed has poisoned men's souls, has barricaded the world with hate, has goose-stepped us into misery and bloodshed. We have developed speed, but we have shut ourselves in. Machinery that gives abundance has left us in want. Our knowledge has made us cynical, our cleverness hard and unkind. We think too much and feel too little. More than machinery.
In abundance. I think that's what he said. War industrial complex, which is basically what he's talking about. The Eisenhower theory. That came true. Eisenhower's like, look, guys. Yes, I'm a general. I don't know. And then things were said, things were done. But, in quiet reflection, we're gonna blow everybody up. So we should probably
stop it
right now. Quit it. Bad. Funny thing about the speech, not funny thing, but I mean, really, it's the same speech. I mean, he could just port himself into today's time, take off the Hitler mustache, give it to Michael Jordan, and make the same speech. Replace goose stepping with whatever you want to replace it with, and it would be the same time that we're in. He could just port right in here.
Portal, hurry!
Oh, look at him. He looks exactly the same.
We need humanity. More than cleverness, we need kindness and gentleness. Without these qualities, life will be violent, and all will be lost. The aeroplane and the radio have brought us closer together. The very nature of these inventions cries out for the goodness in men, cries out for universal brotherhood, for the unity of us all. Even now, my voice is reaching millions throughout the world. Millions of
Replace those with the internet.
despairing men, women, and little children, victims of a system that makes men torture and imprison innocent people. To those who can hear me, I say, do not despair. The misery that is now upon us is but the passing of greed, the bitterness of men who fear the way of human progress. The hate of men will pass, and dictators die, and the power they took from the people will return to the people. And so long as men die, liberty will never perish. Soldiers, don't give yourselves to brutes, men who despise you, enslave you, who regiment your lives, tell you what to do, what to think, and what to feel, who drill you, diet you, treat you like cattle, use you as cannon fodder. Don't give yourselves to these unnatural men, machine men with machine minds and machine hearts. You are not machines, you are not cattle, you are men. You have the love of humanity in your hearts. You don't hate, only the unloved hate, the unloved and the unnatural. Soldiers, don't fight for slavery, fight for liberty. In the 17th chapter of St. Luke it is written, the kingdom of God is within man, not one man nor a group of men, but in all men, in you. You, the people, have the power to create machines, the power to create happiness. You, the people, have the power to make this life free and beautiful, to make this life a wonderful adventure. Then in the name of democracy, let us use that power. Let us all unite. Let us fight for a new world, a decent world, that will give men a chance to work, that will give youth a future, and
Free will. You have the power to just be kind. I mean, Sometimes it's easier to be a dick. But then you should reflect in the moment of dictitude and say, why? What's this working for me? All this is actually doing is just proving that I am an actual dick. If everybody thought that way, we probably wouldn't be in the scenarios that we are all in. But humankind doesn't have like a dick alarm, just, hey, you're about to be a dick. Stop it. By the way, directed, written, produced, music by Charlie Chaplin. Music by? Nobody does that, okay? People direct, people star. Oh, and starring, of course. People star, people... Music by. Oh, and he can talk. I mean, wow. Probably our first movie star, and people still know who he is.
By the promise of these things, brutes have risen to power, but they lie. They do not fulfill that promise. They never will. Dictators free themselves, but they enslave the people. Now let us fight to fulfill that promise. Let us fight to free the world, to do away with national barriers, to do away with greed, with hate and intolerance. Let us fight for a world of reason, a world where science and progress will lead to all men's happiness. Soldiers, in the name of democracy, let us all unite!
First off, let's say, if you liked that, subscribe, will you please? Anyway, that was amazing. Fantastic. Charlie wrote, directed, as I said, made the freaking music for the movie, produced it, starred in it, did everything. That doesn't happen nowadays. Never happens nowadays. You know what I really liked about the speech are the beats. The beats in the speech. One, I'm a writer. Two, I'm an actor. I respect the script or good dialogue. And I just like the beats because it started off because, again, this movie is not a drama. It's satire. It's lighthearted. I haven't seen the whole movie. I'm only, like I said, I'm familiar with it. So, this scene hits you and he crawls into it when you're writing a speech or a scene or a block of dialogue. Anyway, so you're going to want to have pockets where it builds and sinks and builds and sinks. Or you're building to a point, of course, but the point might be that you killed my mother and I am going to destroy you and every single person that you've ever loved. Wait. But you don't start off there. You start off with Howard. You know, we were always friends and I loved you like a brother. Remember that time we went down to the lake and we went fishing and man, it was good times. And then it transitions into something bigger, badder, till the end where Howard is dead because Lamont or whoever that character was choked him to death. Oh, no, he didn't choke him to death. He just disposed of his entire family. That was dark. Anyway, yeah, so he did the same thing. And then you almost felt it when he hit his stride as a character, but not as a speech. It's not a speech. It's a character. You could see him as a character get confidence. And that was just a great acting performance. I don't know what word it was, but you could almost see a snap. Everything changed. His eyes, his brow, his stance. This is everything. And he became everything. Good job. Ba-dum, ba-dum, bum.